I recently got to drive the BMW 420i Grand Coupe. Beautiful, beautiful car. But what really grabbed me was this color. Snapper Rocks Blue is what it's called, and it's named after a world famous surf spot in Australia called Snapper Rocks. That's over there. So it kind of made me want to make a video about car colors. So I called my mate Matthew Kanniah, who is creating amazing online content right now around cars. I mean, he really is living the life. I want to get his thoughts about car colors, what people go for, what's popular right now, and just see what he likes as well.
Oh, the 420D Grand Coupe.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And that color?
Snapper Rocks Blue. It's a very unique color, and I really, really, really like what BMW did with it.
Are there cars that are more conducive to the crazy colors than the ones that aren't in your mind?
I think the sportier the car, and like the sort of cooler it is in the range, I think it's more acceptable to have a cool color. Like if you just get like an Uber Corolla, it's not really right to make it bright orange with personalized plates.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah.
So like if you were to take it further and make like an RSI version, or like Polo is not so great in normal color, but now you get the GTI. I think it suits the nature of the car because it's fun, sporty, and peppy. Whereas if someone wants to be a plain Jane, I think they'll just get the normal black, white, and just go about.
So out of the cars you've driven recently, like which are the ones that really should have a crazy color? As in, like, it would be a waste to have this car unless you've got something electric.
The i8 was probably the one that is just an outstanding color because they introduced it with white and black.
Yeah.
And then they came out with these individual colors like speed yellow, and that car just made it stand out more.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It was actually, it got to the point where like it just became like annoying to be in traffic because everybody was pointing, taking out a camera and taking a picture. So it's cool, but I think for a car like that, if you're spending that much money, you should have a bold color. I know a lot of people who buy really nice cars, but they don't want attention.
Yeah.
So they just want to sit in traffic, mind their own business, just go about their lives and not let people take pictures or question their car. But then I have people who are just they're fun and bubbly and they're great to be around with in conversation, and then that extends to their car. They have a similar car to the other guys who are just low key, but now they're customized and they sprayed the rims, and it just makes it more personal because when you see that car, you're like, this is something Matt would do. Ben would do this because his personality matches it. So it's confidence. If they're okay with people saying, oh, that's a silly colorful car, but you can be like, I don't care.
It's me.
Then, you're happy. But if you just want to be low key and just, I'm driving it for performance and you're very book, then I think it's wise to do the, undercover radar stuff.
Sure. From Matt's insights on really colorful cars, I also want to get a nuts and bolts perspective as to what goes into getting a exotic colored car. So I went to BMW Bedford View and had a chat to Guy Kilfoil. Now, Guy knows everything about cars, and he deals with customers on a week-to-week basis, so there is no better person to talk to on the matter than him. So when people come in to buy a car, how important is the color specifications for the car, or are they just happy to get a type of car, color not like if it's there, it's there?
I think model is the most important defining characteristic of a purchase, and then color. So color becomes a very important consideration if you've got more than one car. But sometimes, the only color is the model that's available. The only model is the color that's available on your floor.
So say, for instance, I've got a particular color in mind, and I'm hell-bent on getting this color. Is there sort of like a wait or a much of a delay to make this happen? And is it more expensive, say, than whatever your normal palette is?
So, yes, there is a wait. I mean, ultimately we'd have to either source a car from our manufacturer's stock and hope that they have a color, in which case your wait might be a week, 10 days. If we have to build a car for you, much more difficult because South Africa is at the end of a very long logistics chain, especially if the car's coming from Germany or the US.
Sure. So
a car built in the US takes 3 months from the start of manufacture till we can deliver it in South Africa. Car built in Germany, 2 months. But in November, as we are now, we're already building January's cars. So if you had to come in today, we would probably get you a car out of January production for delivery in March or April. So 6 months.
Wow. And say, for instance, I'm going through a phase. So, for instance, my girlfriend, fiance, or wife has a particular color, like an orange phase, and I really want that car. 2 years later, she hates the color orange. Would an exotic color kind of influence a resale? Is more liability to the go with that?
Oh, absolutely, because most of the really exotic colors are only available in what we call an individual palette. And individual cars are usually built with a whole lot of individual other features. So individual leather, individual trim, individual wheels. And there's a very limited market for that car. And usually if you build a car very specific to you, that's an even more limited market for the car in a second line.
You know, you see these cars in the UAE, you get like these gold cars, these silver cars. Is there much a demand for that in South Africa, or is that pretty crazy?
No, I think when the demand exists for that in South Africa, most sensible customers choose to wrap their car rather than paint their car.
Right.
You know, put a vinyl wrap on a car. Well, I didn't like it. Okay, I unwrap it and I do another wrap, and it cost me 10, 12,000 Rand instead of 120,000 Rand for the paint, plus the 400,000 Rand you lost on the trade-in.
Now, just with a lot of the more sort of sportier BMWs I've noticed over the years, like they get positioned in the market with a certain color. So when the M2 comes out, it's going to be a great car, but it's almost like there's a special color just to kind of give it extra emphasis. Is that a very strategic thing?
Yeah, it's called positioning color, and cars are always positioned in specific colors for specific reasons around their positioning in the marketplace and who they're targeted at. So the M2, being this track-based M car, was out in a color called Laguna Seca Blue. No, I've messed that up because it's Long Beach Blue. And Long Beach Blue is very racy, very sporty, as is the car. 7 Series, on the other hand, was in Sophisto Grey, very sophisticated color. So it really depends on the product, and is it a urban active product, or is it a sporty product or dynamic product, or is it a luxury product? And there's a real science that goes into that, from choosing the color to choosing the wheel to choosing the interior trim and the leather color that goes with that, all to create this positioning of a product in the marketplace.
So, does this video make you want to get a colourful car in future? Well, when it looks this good, you've really got to entertain the idea at the very least. And look at that. It's just a good looking car. Big thanks to Matthew and to Guy. You can follow Matthew on Twitter at Matthew Kanniah. Also Heart of Motion. Like I said, he's doing great things online right now. And then Guy Kilfoil at BMW Bedford View. He really is the most knowledgeable person I know about cars, and BMW in particular, of course. That's his dealership over there, BMW Bedford View. More videos coming soon. Keep it on. Follow the bounce here on YouTube.